Boker Tov, good morning. We continue with our 3-minute daily dose of Torah this week, looking at some elements of Parshat Vayera, the very opening, which reads as follows: Vayera Elav Adonai Be'elonei Mamre, and God appeared to him at the terebinths of Mamre, V'hu Yoshev Petach Ha'ohel Kachom Hayom, and he was sitting at the entrance of his tent at the heat of the day. The sages understand that this event takes place. God appears to him on the third day after he undergoes circumcision. Now, we don't necessarily, we never know when a new parsha begins, whether it is a new point in time, or it's connected to the previous parsha. But in this case, we have a strong hint that this is meant to be connected directly to the previous story, because God's name is used, Yud Kei Vav Kei, actually God's name is used, but Avram's name is only referenced as a pronoun, a lav. So that's enough for us to determine that, okay, this story is meant to be happening right in the context of the previous story, which left us off with Avram and all of his household undergoing bris circumcision. And so there you go. God is there, says Rashi, Levakera Tacholeh, quoting the Gemara in Sota. God is there to do Bikur Cholim, to visit the sick. And the way it's phrased here is that Rechama Bar Chanina says, on this third day of his bris, when we presume it is the most alien time for an adult circumcision, that God came to check in on him, to see how he was doing. And we take this as a lesson for us, that if God, right, Mahu, we have a series of ways in which we are meant to imitate God. And on that list, the ways in which God does chesed, that we do chesed. And so just as God, mevaker cholim, visits the sick, so we should be visiting the sick, which is more complicated these days, when at least the direct involvement in paying a personal visit to someone who is not well is much as limited, because of the COVID restrictions on visitors. So we have to determine, get to the heart of what it means to do the mitzvah of Bikur Cholim. What is meant to be accomplished? And certainly there are elements of Bikur Cholim which relate to making someone's physical well-being enhanced and better. We can think of other ways in which we should be trying to accomplish that. Or, even though we generally don't want to do Bikur Cholim on the phone, it's better to do it in person. We rely on those opinions. There's actually a tshuva, a response of Moshe Feinstein. And we'll try to accomplish it, at least these days, by doing check-ins, Zooming with them or whatever it is, not to leave them, okay, if I can't visit, then I'm done. No, there are other ways in which we can hopefully let someone who is ailing know that we're thinking about them, and seeking to make their lives better. Lish'ol b'shlomam, to check in on their well-being. That we learn from God's visit to Avraham, and that's what we need to be doing with anyone who we know of and care about, who might be ailing. Make sure you are extra involved in reaching out, especially if you can't be there in person. Have a great day, and reach out to someone who could use that call.